The camera industry has a dirty secret that no one wants to talk about, but today, Nikon is finally saying it out loud. For the last 3 years, we have been told that speed is everything. We've been pushed toward cameras that shoot faster than a machine gun. But in that race for frames per second, the soul of the photograph was left behind. If you are a landscape photographer, a fine art printer, or someone who lives for the surgical precision of a perfect file, you felt ignored. You've been holding onto your aging D850 or your original Z7, waiting for a reason to move forward. You refuse to settle for good enough resolution. Today, that patience becomes your greatest advantage. We aren't just talking about a new camera body. We are talking about the Nikon Z7 III, the resolution king that has finally returned to reclaim its throne. This isn't just a gear update. It is a calculated strike against the medium format market. Nikon has stopped playing catch-up and started rewriting the rules of what a full-frame sensor can actually do. We have finally cracked the code on the authentic specs, the real-world pricing, and a release window that is much closer than you think. This is the moment the gear landscape changes forever. For a long time, the professional imaging ecosystem has felt like a giant puzzle with a missing piece. We had the Z9 and the Z8 for the speed demons and the hybrid shooters. Those cameras are incredible, but they are built for the moment, not necessarily for the forever detail of a gallery print. For the architectural perfectionists and the studio masters, there was a massive gap in the lineup. The previous generation was a solid workhorse, but let's be real. In a world where 60-plus megapixel monsters are becoming the standard, the old tech was starting to show its age. Nikon knew they couldn't just give us a minor refresh or a mark-to-style update. They needed to make a statement that would silence the competition. That statement is built around a brand new 67-megapixel backside illuminated sensor. But don't let the number fool you. This isn't just about packing more pixels into the same space. It is about the fundamental architecture of the light gathering process. The industry is buzzing because the data suggests this is a non-stack sensor. This was a very deliberate and, frankly, brilliant move by Nikon. While everyone else is obsessed with stacked sensors for speed, those sensors usually come with a hidden tax. They often suffer from a slight penalty in base ISO dynamic range and noise floor. By choosing a non-stack design, the Z7 III is doubling down on pure, unadulterated image quality. We are looking at a native ISO 64 with the potential to expand down to a legendary ISO 32. This isn't just a spec on a sheet. This is the cleanest digital file a professional has ever seen. We are talking about a staggering 15.5 stops of dynamic range. Imagine standing on a cliffside at sunset. You have deep, dark shadows in the rocks and screaming highlights in the clouds. With this hardware, you can pull those shadows from the dead of night and see zero noise. No grain, no banding, just pure clinical detail. This is the clean file dream that makes high-end retouching feel like a breeze, but this is where the story takes a turn that most people didn't see coming. Nikon's recent moves in the cinema world, specifically their acquisitions of high-end film technology, are finally bearing fruit. Usually, a still's first camera gets the leftovers when it comes to video processing. Not this time. The Z7 III is getting a massive internal overhaul with a brand new processor, the first of its kind. It is specifically tuned for cinema standard color science. This is the secret sauce that separates a hobbyist video from a Hollywood production. We are talking about skin tones that rival $30,000 movie rigs right out of the box. The camera will feature a new internal 12-bit RAW format that can handle 8K at 60 frames per second without the camera even getting warm. If you are a pro who needs to shoot a high-end commercial and a billboard size still on the same day, you no longer need two different camera systems. This is the first time a high-resolution stills body has been given the keys to the kingdom of professional cinema color.